Today we're going to be talking about a product called 7-Day Cash Money, which, if the illegitimate name doesn't give you enough of a hint, this is one of the most low-quality, insulting products that I have ever paid to review in the internet marketing industry. Details on why in today's review from NoMoreBSReviews.com. This video review has been edited for the sake of brevity, but if at any point during this video you'd like to read the full unedited review complete with screenshots, you can click the logo in the bottom right hand corner of this video and you'll be taken to the full review that you can skim through at your own pace. The sales page for 7-Day Cash Money makes it sound really tempting and like you're going to get a really great product. It talks about how it's going to teach you how to make money with Google AdSense and ClickBank. But what you quickly notice as soon as you buy the product is you receive an email. And the email tells you to send them some information and to apply for a Google AdSense account and wait for up to 24 to 48 hours until they can email you back with your website. Now, it gets even worse. After you email them that information and you wait, instead of getting access to a product like you might have expected when you were reading over the sales page, you wait, and then you receive an email back. And that email gives you a really low quality domain name. I mean really, really low quality domain name with hyphens, and it just doesn't make any sense. It's not brandable. It's almost a random string of words together, and they say, hey, here's your website. And when they did that for me, I clicked on the link and there wasn't even a website. Nothing was set up. It was just a dead end. So I just paid for a product. I thought I was going to be taught how to make money on AdSense, on Google and ClickBank. And then I receive an email that says, apply for AdSense. And when I reply to that, I get an email with a really low quality domain name that doesn't even work. I'm thinking to myself, what the heck did I just pay for? The second problem with the 7-Day Cash Money system is that even if the website were working, let's say hypothetically they sent me a link to a website that was actually working. On the 7-Day Cash Money sales page, they talk about how they make money and how they get traffic is through a really effective linking campaign, a really effective link exchange campaign where they're paying people to put links on their websites, and that's going to get traffic and increase rankings for your site. So you start getting traffic and you can make money through AdSense and ClickBank. And that's just not the case. That strategy went out the window years ago, but particularly about a year ago, Google started penalizing websites that were using link patterns and link exchanges and paid links, and they very clearly state this in the terms of service. In the highly detailed written review that I've done for this product, I put a screenshot of Google's terms of service and highlight very clearly that they say do not pay for links, do not do paid link exchanges, which is what 7-Day Cash Money is built on. That's what they're saying they're going to do to get your website to be effective. So I was emailed a completely broken and ineffective website in the first place, but even if it were working, the strategies are years out of date. And even if the website were working, the site would not be making any money because Google now hunts down and penalizes link strategies like what they're using in 7-Day Cash Money. The third and final problem with 7-Day Cash Money is that it's just extraordinarily unprofessional. It seems like the product publishers just took it all and threw it together as quickly as they possibly could and then started selling it to people to see how much money they could make by ripping people off. And the first example of this is if you look over their sales page, you'll actually notice that there's a stock image next to the testimonials. And I post screenshots of this on the text review of 7-Day Cash Money on my website. But if you do a Google search for that photo, for their testimonials, you'll find that they just took a testimonial, slapped it up on their website, and then they went and they got this piece of stock photography that they paid to use and just put that up there. A guy in a suit and said, hey, this guy loves our product. And I don't know about you, but that's pretty off-putting to me. Another thing that they do is in the sales page they tell you, hey, there are no upsells to this product. We're not going to try and sell you anything else, which turns out to just be a flat out lie, because one of the first things you see after you buy the product is an upsell into another product that costs a few $100s. So they're just lying to you from the very beginning, and then they go back on their word immediately. And the third and final thing that I want to talk about on the sales page is if you look at their AdSense proof of earnings, and they're talking about how they're making so much money with AdSense, they say one date within the sales page, and then when you click the link and view the proof of earnings, the dates don't match up. So we're talking about these really minute details that would not exist in a legitimate product on a legitimate sales page. None of these things would be issues. These are just blatant flaws that people can notice before they even buy the product and find out how low quality it is based on the things that I discussed in problem number 1 and number 2. So with all of that being said, there is absolutely no way I can recommend 7-Day Cash Money. It is one of the most insulting products that I've ever reviewed in this industry, because they're charging money and just very clearly delivering nothing of value to their customers. And so that's why I absolutely cannot recommend this product. So that's it for today's review. I hope you found it helpful. If you do want to see the full review with all of the juicy details and screenshots and just kind of blow by blow, make sure to click the logo in the bottom right-hand corner and you'll be taken to this review on the website. Until next time, thank you so much for watching. My name is Pribyl from NoMoreBSReviews.com, and I look forward to speaking with you again soon. Stay safe out there.